Here we go. So this is
Jordan Jones, one of the partners of Prince Charles Holdings LLC, and we are standing inside the Prince Charles. We are currently on the ground floor, right outside the plaza that'll be leading the baseball stadium, and this specific location we're in right now will be one of our restaurants. We are looking to deliver 2 restaurants inside the Prince Charles. The space we're in right now is kind of the more casual restaurant we'll have inside the Prince Charles, and we're looking at some type of burger and brewery concept for the space. And the other restaurant space, which we can walk to in a few minutes, will be where we're looking for a higher end restaurant, particularly a high end steakhouse.
You don't have any tenants nailed down yet?
We have our restaurant partner out of Virginia, and we're currently still working through all the concepts and everything right now.
Is it part of a chain or anything?
Nope, no chains, all local restaurants he has. He has, I don't know, close to 20 restaurants up in Virginia.
I guess you don't want to say who it is yet.
Not yet, not until everything's signed, sealed, and delivered.
So you'll have one that's more upscale and one
That
that's
is correct,
more...
yeah.
So, can we take a tour?
I'd love to show you.
All right, let's go. So this is the burger joint. If
This is
we
the
get
burger
a burger joint.
And if you can spin around, this is also right now our window workshop. As again, we committed to restoring 90% of the historic windows here in the Prince Charles. And right now we're on track to restore about 97% of them. And so this is where a lot of that work is currently taking place.
Are you going to have a coffee shop here too?
We will have a coffee shop, that is correct.
Will that also be locally owned?
It is locally owned.
Okay.
Wow.
Can't say name of it or anything, or at this point?
Not
Nope,
yet.
no
We'll be
deals
announcing
done.
that soon. Behind all the plastic here, this is actually where they're doing a lot of the painting and priming of the windows. That's why in there it stays a little bit warmer and works better for paint.
How far are you from this being done here? On the
We'll have everything delivered in March.
So the restaurants will be open in March?
Not the restaurants, all the apartments will be done, and these spaces will be available for the restaurants to start to be built. So the first restaurant could open up either May or June.
All right.
Okay.
So now we're walking into the finer dining restaurant.
Well, first we're in the main corridor.
Okay.
Where we just walked through, we'll build a wall there. So the entrance straight ahead or to the camera to the right, this will be the dedicated residential entrance. They will have their own entrance into the ground floor of the building, and they can walk down the corridor. We will be building this way. We will first have on the left here the mailboxes for the tenants, and what's something else we're doing is, again, for us, it's all about raising the bar of development here in Fayetteville. We're installing something called an Amazon locker, an Amazon hub. And so these basically computerized set of lockers that we'll put against the wall here for any time anyone gets a package. They will, UPS or FedEx will put the package inside the locker. The tenant will get a text message with a code. So they'll put their phone in front of the locker, the door pops open, they can just take the box out. And so it's a great way to kind of manage boxes for all the tenants.
And that's through Amazon?
Amazon. Wow. Yep, so it's a pretty cool piece of equipment. It's about $10,000, but it really is a great way to kind of manage boxes, and we don't have to worry about theft of them. So it's all about technology we're looking to deliver inside the building. So the residents would walk down this hallway here, and on the left would be their elevators. So you go on up to the floor. The space below on the right, this would be our coffee shop. There'll be about 1,000 square feet of coffee shop right here at the corner of Hay Street and the plaza. Again, about 1,000 square feet, a really good space for them. This is a local coffee shop, and we should be announcing who that is very soon.
This whole corner here?
This whole corner goes around the corner as well.
Big coffee shop.
So yeah, we're very excited to have it. As we keep walking, you'll see where the 2 elevator doors are on my right. Both elevators will be fully modernized. We'll spend about $450,000 on the elevators to fully bring them up to code, brand new cabs, brand new equipment inside. We will also have a backup generator on site in case power ever goes out for the project. The 2 elevators will be operational 24/7, even with powers out. Absolutely, that is correct.
All right.
So as we keep walking straight ahead, this of course is the historic lobby of the Prince Charles. This used to be the lobby for the hotel. And we are working with our restaurant partner to convert this from a hotel lobby into a restaurant space. The lobby's seen better days, but you can kind of see the bones and potential we have to work with to deliver really high-end restaurants for this great community. So the restaurant will be on the first floor. We'll probably have seating for 7,500 people, a nice bar and a nice open kitchen. Yeah, that's correct. Absolutely. This restaurant is for the public. It's for the community. You would enter the restaurant on Hay Street underneath the marquee that will fully restore as well.
So how much of this are you trying to save?
This is one of the most historic spaces in Fayetteville. So we'll be spending about $100,000 restoring the plaster. We'll be fixing all the original marble floors and marble stairs, as well as the original iron railing. So majority of the bones you see in here will stay the same. We'll of course change the feel of the space, the paint color, etc. So we'll be keeping the plaster, the stairs, the railing, and the floors. The chandelier you see in the main part of the room, that is not historic, and so that will be replaced. So to my left here, these are the main doors inside the Prince Charles. Those are modern glass sliding doors. We will be replacing those because those are not historic. We actually recently identified the historic doors that are from the 1920s from the original hotel when it opened, and we will be reinstalling those as part of the project. And again, underneath those doors is where the great marquee is. That'll be fully restored as well.
And what about that side restaurant there?
The old Charlie space, we're currently working with some commercial tenants right now on that. Love to take y'all in there. There's a great mural in there.
Let's do it.
Is that going to be a retail space? Or?
Retail or office space. We're currently negotiating with a couple of tenants right now on it. If anyone has interest in these commercial spaces, please reach out very quickly, as we'll be making our last decisions very soon. This is the last remaining commercial space inside the Prince Charles. Everything else has been fully leased. So this used to be the old Charlie space right here on Hay Street. And when we started doing the demolition of the space, we ran into this mural. This mural was painted, I believe it was by Robert Britton. He currently is a resident here in Fayetteville. He reached out to the Fayetteville Observer a couple of weeks ago after seeing an article, a story I did with Gilbert Bays and WRAL, and he recognized his painting, and I'm going to bring him back to restore the painting. And so again, this the mural tells the story of Babe Ruth's first home run. Again, Babe Ruth hit his first home run here in Fayetteville as part of a spring training baseball game with the Baltimore, I think, Orioles at the time was the name of the team.
So whoever gets the space also inherits
We
this
would
mural.
love for them to preserve and leave exposed this great mural. So this is the old Pittman Baseball Stadium, I believe. And you can see in the upper right-hand corner, there was the picture of the Prince Charles as well.
When was this painted?
Over here, I believe it says December 1989. And again, this is a local gentleman who's still is a relatively well-known artist here in Fayetteville and still relatively active. And we had a great conversation a couple weeks ago, and we'll be bringing him back here to help me start restoring.
That's really cool.
So is this still part of the office space, or is it we're back in the restaurant space?
This will be a separate space. We'll have 4 commercial spaces on the first floor, and this is the 4th one. And the last one that's available for lease.
Do you have any leases signed? Or?
Not on this space. We're negotiating with a couple different tenants right now.
Like for office space?
Office space, some retail space as well.
And those other ones, do you have any signed leases?
Coffee shop should be signed later this, I guess today's Friday, next week.
Okay.
And the 2 restaurants are basically done.
And what about these other office spaces in here?
This is all part of the same area.
Oh, okay.
This is
Big
about
office.
2,000 square feet.
Oh, wow.
And it goes back a little bit past that wall.
So it's not signed yet, so if someone's interested.
That is correct. Absolutely. This is the last space that is available.
Okay.
So I guess next week we'll find out who the coffee shop owners
The goal is
are.
to release the name next week.
All right.
Maybe I'll have y'all over at the coffee shop.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, coffee would be on me.
All right, where are we headed to next?
Where do you want to head to? You want to head on up?
Sure.
Great. We've made a lot of progress. We'll walk on up to the 7th floor. We'll stop and take a few peeks on the other floors. But right now on the 7th floor, we've fully finished all the drywall up there. And so all the apartments are finally starting to take shape. So this is one of 2 stairwells inside the Prince Charles. Again, the building is 8 stories tall, and we're heading up to the 2nd floor. So 4 retail spaces on the first floor, 59 total apartments on floors 2 through 7, and we'll have an office space on the 8th floor.
These will be apartments.
These will be apartments.
Like how many square feet on this?
The one on my right, I believe, is about 550 square feet, and the one on my left is closer to about 450 square feet.
How many units here?
59 total on floors 2 through 7.
But on this floor, like
2 here and maybe 5 around the corner.
and what are they renting for?
One bedroom started about 1,000, and two bedrooms started about 1,500.
Have you signed any leases for renters yet? Or?
Yeah, I believe we've pre-leased about 25% of the apartments.
Oh, wow. That's good.
And this will stay open to the restaurant?
Nope, the restaurant will be just down on the first floor. So what we will do is, where all the iron railing is, we're going to put in glass walls. So that way you can preserve the volume of the space, be able to preserve the use of the restaurant. But this will be common area just for the residents inside the restaurants.
So do the prices go up the higher you get up?
That is correct, absolutely. And you'll see why, just the views in the baseball stadium and views of downtown Fayetteville in this great community are pretty incredible.
So those prices you can be working for this level? Or?
I believe so. There's some on this level, about 800 or so. But generally most units start at about 1,000 for one bedroom and 1,500 for a two bedroom.
You're looking for like a year lease?
That is correct. All apartments will have a minimum 12-month lease. We'll also have a good bit of furnished apartments inside the Prince Charles. We'll be providing our own furniture package, cooking ware, etc. For more kind of corporate units as well.
So, wait, if this is closed off, where do the stairs lead to? These marble
They will just stay where they are. We'll rope them off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's just a picture of one of the elevator cabs that really has not been in operation for about 5 or 6 years. It's going to be completely refurbished.
Jordan, you said the 7th floor has drywall?
Yes, we'll head on
I'm
up
gonna
there.
go up there.
Please, after you listen. So all the apartments have been framed out. You can start to see bathtubs are starting to go in. Each of the units will have their own washer and dryer. We've started putting those stubs right here. And so you can start to see the plumbing lines that run all the way up. We have some of our electrical lines in here as well on the second floor, and all of our above ceiling plumbing should be in on the second floor as well.
Where are you at in terms of where you thought you'd be? I'm sure you ran into some issues here redoing this.
Yeah, well, of course, historic renovation, we always run into a challenge. You never know what you're going to get into until you actually start building it. And so we are a couple of months behind where we're hoping to be. We're hoping to have people move in next month in January, and so we're about 2 months behind that. Overall, that's not too bad, but we are a little disappointed.
Well, you had the hurricane.
Hurricane, a lot of weather events as well. Correct.
So you've kept this wall.
Yes.
What's this?
This is a historic wall we had to leave in place. There is an apartment on the other side of here.
What made this wall so special that it had to stay up?
That I don't know. It could be, I think that one could be more of a structural issue.
Okay.
So the second floor is all apartments?
Correct. Second floor through 7th are all apartments.
These look like the 2 bedrooms.
That's a 1 bedroom and a 1 bedroom. This is a 1 bedroom and this is a 2 bedroom over here. You can start to see them built out when we get higher up.
All right. Excited to see that, to like really get a feel of how big these spaces are.
That is correct.
It's kind of hard now.
So you got 25 leased out?
25%, I believe, is about 15 units or so.
15. So you're definitely looking for people to rent still.
Oh, absolutely. And we are pretty confident we'll be 100% pre-leased by the time people start moving in March.
Where do people call to if they're interested?
I don't have the phone number handy, but our website is live@theprincecharles.com.
I mean, the prices, you could probably get a bigger place outside of town. I guess
That
the
is correct.
advantage here is you get your downtown.
The gross rent is about the same, but
Yeah.
again, these are smaller units. Our 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms are smaller, more urban units
Yeah.
that we see being delivered and absorbed all over North Carolina. Not just in Raleigh and Durham, but Wilson, North Carolina, Concord, North Carolina, Monroe, North Carolina, Danville, Virginia. They all have these urban, smaller footprint apartments, and people just love them.
I guess the advantage is you can walk through a lot of things right
That is correct. We aren't necessarily, I'm not necessarily selling apartments here. What I'm selling is an experience.
Right.
Being part of the restaurant, being part of the coffee shop, being part of the baseball stadium we'll have next door. We'll just walk through another floor real quick. We're on floor number 5. Start to see we're running our mechanical ducts, a lot of more of our electrical wiring in it as well. And so this floor is almost ready to be sheetrocked.
And they come with washers and dryers?
Washer and dryers are included, as well as your kitchen appliances, your stove, refrigerator, microwave, etc.
And how many of them will be furnished apartments?
We have a furnishing package available for all the apartments, but I anticipate we'll have 15 to 20 of them.
Okay. And how much more is it to have a furnished apartment?
It depends on the size of the unit. I think somewhere maybe between $300 to $400 more per month.
So was the outer shell of this building okay, the bricks and everything, or have you had to work on that too?
Yeah, so we've done a lot of renovation to the exterior of the building. We've started that process, I believe that might have been in May of this year. And so it's been a long process. As you see, we have swing stages that go up on the side of the building. All the work's been done on the south facade that faces Hay Street. There wasn't as much damage to the masonry or the bricks as we anticipated. Most of the damage was done to the stonework. And so they had to redo a lot of the stonework. We fully pressure cleaned all the exterior as well. But it's been a lot of the stonework that's been the biggest issue for us, not necessarily the bricks.
What a major project.
Yep. This is just another apartment. This will be a 2-bedroom unit. We have the kitchen back there, more open Galleria style, a little living room here, and 2 bedrooms with 2 bathrooms. All of our 2-bedroom apartments do have 2 bathrooms as well.
So if you split this with another person, it'd be fairly reasonable.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
So it's 2 full baths and 2 bedrooms?
2 bedrooms. I believe this one's about 900 square feet or so.
Is one of them like a master bedroom?
Yeah, one's a little bit larger than the other one.
Okay.
You got a pretty good view here.
That is correct. I love this view myself, particularly as you go on up. Tons of windows, just all the natural light. Views up and down Hay Street, and you'll have some views of the vertical construction we're doing right now. So through the window here, you will see the parking garage we're currently building. All the residents inside the Prince Charles that live here and visit the restaurants, etc., will be parking in the parking garage.
The people that have been interested in this, are they people like that work downtown, like City Hall's right there?
Some of them work downtown, some of them are young professionals that work downtown. Some of them are also empty nesters that are looking to downsize and move into essentially a maintenance-free facility that's safe for them to be able to walk 24/7. So the parking garage here, again, that's to be roughly a 490 space parking garage. Our team is designing and constructing the garage right now. The city of Fayetteville will be the eventual owners of it.
So the hotel and the commercial building's going on top of
That is correct, yeah.
So
the parking garage will be 5 stories. The hotel will be 5 stories, and the office building will be a minimum of 6 stories.
Okay, so when do you start on the hotel and the office building?
That's as soon as we're done building the garage. Most of the garage should be vertical and in place by April of this year.
And you have
April of 2019.
And how many rooms is the hotel going to be?
The hotel will be 119.
And on the rendering, I think Myron said he saw that the word Hyatt on there. Is that just a rendering, or do you have a name of a hotel?
We have secured Hyatt Place as the hotel that will be coming here to downtown Fayetteville. So we're very excited to bring Hyatt Place to downtown Fayetteville. They're more of a boutique-ish type of a flag, a very entrepreneurial flag. It's a much different type of product that's currently here in the market. It's a very premium product, very entrepreneurial, very hip and modern. And so we're very excited to bring that feel to downtown Fayetteville.
The commercial building, do you have any tenants signed there?
Not yet. We expect to have that fully pre-leased within the next 6 to 9 months. We're making tremendous progress on leasing that.
And how many units are you going to have?
It'll be a minimum 90,000 square feet, 6 stories. It could be anywhere from 1 to 6 tenants.
So when you say commercial, are you talking about offices?
It'll be a 90,000 square foot office building.
Office.
Yeah.
And what type of businesses you think might be interested in that?
We're looking for office users right now that'll take a minimum of 15,000 square feet, take a minimum of 1 floor. So really professional type of firms that are looking to recruit talent, that are looking to have their headquarters or their office here in downtown Fayetteville. You know, key thing for us, we continue to have conversations, is how do you look to recruit talent away from the triangle, away from the triad and Charlotte area? Key thing is kind of the environment you have for your employees to work in. Today, it's all about building office locations where you can recruit talent. It's not necessarily putting it out in the suburbs or putting it near the country club. It's all about creating the experience for the people you're looking to recruit. And that's exactly what we will be doing here. So these will be young professionals, hopefully, that'll be working in that building next door to us.
So you haven't signed any leases for that?
None of them are official yet.
So they're wide open if people...
That is correct, absolutely, yes. We're still in the process of releasing that. We have 5 or 6 LOIs we're currently, letters of intent we're currently negotiating on right now.
So this parking garage, like, some of it's going to be used by the residents, right?
That is correct.
Like how many spaces are the residents going to have their own? Every resident have their own space there?
Yes, every resident will have their own space over there. I believe the Prince Charles Hotel will be leasing about 90 parking spaces in the parking garage for the apartment. And we also have leases in place full of our restaurants and retail spaces as well.
And is some of it for the stadium too?
A few of it is for the stadium. The Astros will be using some of the spaces as well as their players and employees. There'll be some parking in there for Amtrak and also some general public parking. But the majority of the space in that garage will be used by my team, whether in the Prince Charles, the Hyatt Place Hotel, or the office building.
So, someone just asked, are y'all going to allow pets?
Yes, pets will be allowed. There'll be some limitations on breeds and the size of a dog, but majority of breeds and size of dogs should be allowed.
And how many?
I believe up to 2 maybe per apartment, and I can confirm that. I believe that's something that's on the website.
Okay.
So again, check out liveattheprincecharles.com.
So they park over there and they walk right in here?
That's correct.
Is there like a private entrance?
They have their own private entrance, leads their own secure corridor
Okay.
that only residents can get into, and they can take their elevators to the certain floor they live on.
So
that'll be
security
secured
right
as well. That is correct. And of course, we have the police station right across the street.
These are 2 bedrooms?
This one's a 2-bedroom. You start to see on the 5th floor, we're already starting to hang some drywall right now.
Are we already on the 5th?
We're on the 5th floor.
Dinner.
Get some good exercise.
Yeah, I didn't even realize we were that high. So how many, what do you go up to 8?
8 floors.
Okay.
Yeah, the views are already pretty good up here.
They are. So people have asked a lot about what are we doing fire protection system, because there aren't really many high-rise apartment buildings here in Fayetteville. These orange lines here, you'll see them throughout the tour. They're the sprinkler system. We're adding a sprinkler system throughout the entire building. And we'll also point out probably when I walk in here, we've added a lot of fireproofing as well to protect all this steel. Let's come on through here. This is the 5th floor just to show you the views of the baseball stadium from here.
So you have all new elevators, new fire sprinkler system?
That is correct. We've replaced every single system inside the building. Everything you see is basically brand new. So this is a 2-bedroom unit, and we're on the 5th floor, and again, just seeing the views inside of the stadium. When we go to the 7th floor, it's pretty spectacular views, but again, this is what we're selling, right? We're selling the experience of living here in downtown, being part of about $130 million of total investment. The restaurants, the coffee shop, the hotel, the office building, the baseball stadium. This is now become famous for live, work, play, and eat type of a district.
You could probably watch the baseball game from the top
You can
floor.
watch the baseball games from the top.
So I know you mentioned this last time we were here, but you said that the residents would also get free tickets.
That is correct. So we, the apartment building bought season tickets to the Astros. And so what we bought was season tickets to a VIP experience. So it's a 4-top seats with waiter service. And each resident, each apartment in here will have access to at least 1 game per season of that experience. So that's just kind of free, included as part of the rent. We'll also have a dog park, a really high-end fitness room, some great just common areas throughout the building as well. We've also partnered with CenturyLink to provide high-end internet speeds of, I believe, 100 megabytes. It's kind of base, including the rent. And the building will have access to fiber, and so that way people can have really high-end speeds as well.
So is the electricity and water extra for the unit owner?
Yes, that is correct.
But internet's included.
Internet's
Yes.
included.
All right.
We'll head on up to floor number 7.
So you guys kind of working your way down?
Yep, start at the top and work our way down. All the floors are basically designed the same. So we're essentially just stacking each apartment down below it. There's also some heat on the 7th floor, which is nice as well.
Oh, wow.
So welcome to sheetrock. All the units on the 7th floor again are fully sheetrock. Looks much different. This will be again the kitchen area and the living room area. This is the same unit we were on down on the 5th floor, but now on the 7th floor. check out the views from here.
So right into the baseball stadium.
So I believe this unit has 10 windows that overlook the baseball stadium. Again, the baseball stadium every Friday and Saturday night will have fireworks during home games. And so again, just being able to see that from your apartment is pretty cool. It'll be a great experience.
And are you doing anything about the noise? I know people are concerned about.
We've added, I mean, this is a historic building, so this is not wood construction. You look outside, this is all brick and concrete exterior walls. And we've added a bunch of insulation as well. Acoustics are always an issue when you live in an urban environment, but I believe Myron Pitt wrote an article recently about when he was living in downtown, he heard the train noise himself, and it's something you just get used to living in a downtown environment. My wife and I, we used to live in downtown New Orleans, right off the parade route. And so, there'd be noises as well associated with that, but it's eventually something you just get used to. It's just part of the urban environment that you like to live in.
I know you told me that you support the quiet zone.
Oh, we do, we do. For us, pedestrian safety is key. I grew up here in this community. Both of the railroad crossings here on Hay Street, the 400 block, they don't have crossing arms. Only thing there is flashing lights and a train noise. For me, crossing arms are more safe mechanism in place because they're preventative. They come down before the train actually hits the intersection. So typically a railroad arm stops you before you hear the noise from a train. And that's a more safe procedure to do. If we can get those in place, and then let's talk about canceling the horns for the trains. For me, that's a much safer approach to go than what's currently here today. The baseball stadium will probably have 400,000 to 500,000 people a year coming to visit this great facility. People crossing railroad tracks will be a critical issue. We need to solve safety first. Adding crossing arms in, talking about ending the noise, I think it'd be a big win for this community.
So this is you said kitchen and living room?
Yeah, kitchen and living room. We have some storage units here, washer and dryer closet right here. And we're just walking down the corridor. We'll have one of the bathrooms here. I believe that's a shower only with 2 of the bedrooms.
Bathroom.
That'll be one of the bedrooms.
One of the bedrooms. You can watch baseball from the bedroom.
So is this the top floor for apartments?
That is correct. These are the most premium apartments. We also have 10-foot ceilings on the 7th floor. So pretty spectacular up here as well.
And this is, I guess, what would be considered a master?
This is the master roughly. We have a master closet and the master bathroom as well.
So walk-in-ish closet?
Yep.
And then
The bathroom as well with the tub. We'll head on out and keep walking down the corridor. Thanks, Bill.
how many square feet is this?
This one's about 900 square foot unit.
Okay.
And what did these go for, the top premium ones?
I don't recall the pricing specifically on this unit. This is another 2-bedroom unit. I love this one because it overlooks straight on Hay Street and also some views down Hay Street towards the market house.
Cool.
That's really nice. Must after all that work.
We've owned this building for almost 4 years. It's 4 years of love, but as I say, it's 4 years of volunteer experience. We're not generating any revenue or anything we're doing right now, so it's just been 4 years of labor of love to get this product where it is today.
So it's 130 million renovation?
Everything we're doing, that includes the baseball stadium, parking garage, etc. This product itself is about 17.2 million.
Wow. So
that's about $200 a square foot.
So you don't see any competition with the lofts down the street?
No, the more apartments we can have in downtown, the better. It's a rising tide lifts all boats. The more people we can have living in downtown, the more people coming in downtown, the better. Whether or not they come here or go somewhere else further down Hay Street or Person Street. So anything we can do to create a more vibrant downtown experience is just a win-win not only for us, but also the downtown community and Fayetteville itself.
Watch out, don't fall.
is that really the only other apartments that are down here? Or you got
Those are all for sale product. There are some above second and third floor units as well.
But are there others that are for rent downtown?
There are a few.
A few.
Yeah.
So there's not a huge number downtown.
No, I think we're doubling the supply roughly, just delivering 59 units. Doubling the supply of 4 rent apartments. Again, the 300 Hay Street product was well done. Again, that's primarily for sale. And some of those owners are viewing them as more investments and renting them themselves. But this is the first true apartment building in downtown Fayetteville.
Wow.
With elevators, stairwells, amenity space, etc.
So there's not an 8th floor. This is it.
There is an 8th floor, and that's an office space.
Office space.
We can go up there as well.
Is that rented out yet, or?
We are currently negotiating a lease agreement on that right now.
And do they kind of have their own private entrance too, like?
They will use the same
residential?
elevators and primary entrance as the apartments.
Okay.
What's nice about the elevators for the residents, typically the rule of thumb is 1 elevator for about 100 residents, 100 apartments. So we have 2 elevators for 59 apartments. And so I'm not concerned at all about potential amount of use within the elevators.
You just kind of lucked into that.
Yeah, we have to pay for both of them because they're here. We don't want to leave one of them down.
Right.
It also helps well if we have to put one of them down for maintenance.
She's been here a couple other times. Does it look a lot like it's a lot more?
The first time I came here and we did a tour, it looked haunted.
It probably was.
I mean, there was, stuff coming from the walls. There were bathrooms completely trashed. It felt haunted. This is different.
Yeah. Another 2-bedroom unit, kitchen area, little island here, bedroom over there, and bedroom on the other side.
Island, living room.
What I love about this unit is you do have a window to the baseball stadium, but you build a seal of density. That goes up next door. It's the excitement of being part of those tall buildings.
Very nice.
And again, primarily 10-foot ceilings in here. We did have to do a little bit of a 9-foot drop ceiling in some areas. There's a train noise right there. It's not too loud, not too bad.
It's not too bad.
And we haven't even really finished. The windows aren't fully sealed as they will be.
So there's the crane there.
Yeah.
How does he get up there? Does he walk up the steps?
Yeah, there's a ladder. Where you going today? He's up there about waiting on us.
So you walk up down there all the way up?
Yeah. And he has a pulley to take all this food up there.
He has a TV in there, or probably not?
No TV and a little refrigerator. He's out of controls working a good 12 hours a day.
You hear what he said? The guy in the crane there is up there 12 hours a day. He walks
Why?
up the steps. It's like,
Why does he need to be there 12 hours a day?
We're just working a lot.
Okay.
Progress.
You guys are working 12-hour days.
If longer.
Wow. That's a lot of overtime.
We'll head up onto the roof to just check in on the progress of the parking garage, tower crane, as well as the baseball stadium.
Okay.
And then from there, John, we can head into the office space we have up on the top floor, which used to be the ballroom, and again, we're converting it to an office space.
A lot of people in Fayetteville have memories of going to prom up here.
I as well. I remember my brother had his prom up here, and I helped him set up for him. Ladies first.
Oh.
Smooth as.
How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
All right.
There's the crane.
So there's the tower crane. And for me, that's the economic development symbol of everything we're doing. 230 feet tall. It's about a 20-story building up there. Absolutely incredible to walk up there, get behind the cab area, and just be able to see everything that's happening. It's a pretty incredible experience. So you see the baseball stadium, they're actually starting to pour concrete, starting to form the different rows of seats and bleachers that'll be inside the stadium. It is going to be fun. Quite well.
So what's going to be up here on these?
These will be where all the mechanical units are.
Okay. And no one will have roof access? Or...
This will be emergency exit for the 8th floor office user up here.
All right.
We'll fill in the iron railings when we're done with the construction up here.
you guys have raised this little, right?
Nope.
No, this was here?
Cleaned it. It looks new, right?
It looks very new, that's why I
We
said
just
that.
cleaned it. So there's the parking garage. We started pouring floor number 3 right now. Floor 3 of 5, so we're about halfway through that. They did a pour on that 1 a.m. Technically Wednesday morning. Pouring concrete out here in the middle of the night to get it done. So yeah, we're moving as quick as we can. And well, the train station will have dedicated parking inside the parking garage.
Pretty neat view.
It is.
Not me, I didn't.
Oh,
First of all, I'm not that old.
you haven't been to prom yet?
And I'm not originally from Fayetteville.
That's good.
Thank you. You said you're putting up the old hotel sign.
Yes, this is where the signage used to be, the fluorescent Clarion, I believe it was last. So we'll be painting this black, and on white letters at the top row, we'll paint fireproof, and below it we'll put Hotel Prince Charles. Because again, this building was known for being kind of a fireproof hotel because it was steel and concrete construction. The old Hotel Lafayette down the street burnt down. The reason why it was stick built. It was wood. This was the only fireproof hotel for a long time in Fayetteville.
Still got that steel in there? Or?
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
I didn't think you took that.
Hi.
So again, this is the old ballroom area where we're standing in. To my left here, this will be a private office for the owner of the company we're talking to right now. There'll be bathrooms in the seating area behind us, and then we'll walk into the old ballroom area.
And those would be offices in the ballroom area?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have a plan.
Hello.
So a lot of work happening in here. Key challenge we have is we have all the apartments down below us. They have to access all the mechanical units on the top floor, so we have to run all the chases through the ballroom. So, and then all the weight we're adding to the roof here for all those mechanical units, we had to add some steel to reinforce this. We have no idea kind of what the load potential is of this old steel from the 1920s. So we spent a lot of time, a lot of money reinforcing all of it. So again, this is where the ballroom space used to be. 8th floor is about 3,300 square feet. This primary space here, key thing we agreed to do was to quote unquote preserve the volume of the space. So there'll be really no walls in here that go all the way up to the ceiling. This will be an open, modern work environment.
So what kind of offices are you looking to get here? Same as...
Yeah, we have an office tenant that we're currently negotiating on, and hopefully we'll be announcing that in the next couple of weeks.
Are they local companies or?
It is. This is the local company.
We're hearing local a lot from you. Is
Yes.
that kind of one of the goals?
Absolutely correct. Anything we can do to help support local entrepreneurs is a huge win-win for the community. And this is a company looking to grow and take more square footage and really be in a premier space. They love this space because they see it and it's something they want to give to their employees, a fun place to work, but it also helps them start recruiting. Again, if you want to be bringing in more talent to the Fayetteville market, you got to have the right spaces to be able to compete. And this is a pretty cool workspace.
You can live a couple floors down.
That is correct. Not sure if I personally would want to live below my office, but some people are up for it.
Go to work in your PJs.
So these are the original hardwood floors, and we're doing everything we can to protect them and preserve them.
Must be quite a view, right?
Yeah, so all the plastic courts are on the windows right now, but the views in the baseball stadium and also behind us, that's actually a private terrace out there. It's about 13 feet wide. We've been fully restoring that, and so the office user will have access to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive.
Are we at the end of our tour here?
We are at the end of the tour. Any other questions I can help answer?
I think we're good.
I want to make sure it's right. So this is all going to be opening up when? What date?
We're targeting March of 19.
For the whole building or just certain parts?
Primarily for the apartments, and
Okay.
these commercial spaces will be delivered to those owners those tenants in March of 19 as well, and I'm just not sure how long each tenant's going to take them to do their own build out.
So are the business tenants, is that also a 1-year lease, or is that you're
Nope,
negotiating?
they're
more?
all negotiations, but all of them would be at least 5 years.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jordan.
No, I appreciate y'all's time. Thanks for joining me again. Have y'all soon.